There we have it, folks. That definitely was a Flute Thing, wasn't it? I think that's the perfect title for that track. Unbelievable. Right, okay. So many things I want to say about this. So, hello, and welcome along to my channel. My name is Claire. I'm a flute player from Hull, East Yorkshire in the UK, and it's time for another one of your reaction suggestions. So just before we get to today's reaction, as well as finding lots of reactions here on the channel to tracks which contain flutes or related instruments, you will also find lots of fully flutifull flute covers produced and arranged and performed by myself, which you can come along and request for me to play live every Sunday. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then do check out the rest of my channel. Right, back to today's reaction, and this has been sent in by Big Duck. Thank you so much, Big Duck, who simply says it's good. So we're about to put that to the test and find out. So today's track is called Flute Thing. I love it already, just from the title, Flute Thing, and it's by the band The Blues Project. So, The Blues Project is an American band formed in New York City's Greenwich Village neighbourhood in 1965. Their songs drew from a wide array of musical styles, including folk, blues, rhythm and blues, jazz, and the pop music of the day. And the band, in some iteration, are indeed still on the go, and in February 2023, they released a new collection of songs called Evolution. Yeah. So, this track called Flute Thing is from the band's second album entitled Projections, which was produced in the fall of 1966 and was released in the November of that year. Projections apparently contained an eclectic set of songs ranging from blues, R&B, jazz, psychedelia and folk rock, and the centerpieces of the album were an 11.5-minute version of Muddy Waters' blues standard Two Trains Running, and the track that we're going to hear today, which features Andy Kullberg on the flute. Now, Andy Kullberg was an American musician who was most notable for his bass playing with the Blues Project and the band C Train. However, he was also known for his electric flute virtuosity, and he claimed to have invented the electric flute by, this is a little horrifying, drilling a hole and inserting an electric pickup. Now, some players do still use that, where they have a pickup actually inserted into the instrument. Most players nowadays just use an external mic. But anyway, very, very interesting bit of flute history for you there, folks, before we even start. Now, very sadly, Kullberg died of lymphoma in January 2002, but we are about to relive his wonderful music now through the power of video. And the video that we're about to see is a live recording, as you can already see on screen, from the 18th of June 1967 at the Monterey Pop Festival in Monterey, California. So I'm very, very excited to hear this and to find out indeed if it is flutifull. Here we go. Well, there we have it, folks. That definitely was a flute thing, wasn't it? I think that's the perfect title for that track. Unbelievable. Right, okay. So many things I want to say about this. So, it starts off with this really, really relaxed, cool groove, which is so open and so free and just, yeah, it's just, really, really kind of lulls you in. Beautiful. And even from the beginning, with the flute sound, you can hear that pickup. That pickup just gives it that little electric kind of edge. So I can totally understand now why he described it as electric flute, because it just has this sound that even now, and I think even I'm thinking of like Ian Anderson and his sound. He it doesn't sound like that. It's got a very specific kind of edge to it, which is very subtle, but I really, really like. And yeah, just different. I don't think I've ever heard that before, so I really, really enjoyed that. Then, of course, it kind of broke down into that awesome drum solo, which could have gone anywhere. And then, just as we're kind of settling into that, the flute just comes in with this awesome use of delay. Now, that was just such a great moment. I just felt it was just really unexpected and just brought a totally different colour and a totally different, kind of brought to life the psychedelic element. And his use of delay and how he's overlapping those layers so that it just builds and builds and builds and builds is really, really clever. Because when you're playing... Oh, the other thing I wanted to say was his playing is very rhythmic. In the opening section, he's clearly a rhythm guy. A bit like I reacted recently to Herbie Mann, and I spoke a lot about how I felt he was a rhythm guy. It strikes me that here we've got a rhythm guy as well. And so he was playing with rhythm a lot. And then when it came to the delay, he had a really good sense of how to play with the delay and over the delay to build it up, which is a really hard thing to do, because sometimes you've got to play ideas not at the time that you would normally play them, if that makes sense, so that they work with the delay. So that was really excellent, really, really well done indeed. And yeah, just love the different textures and the different colours that were coming thanks to that. And then of course we go back to the opening. Oh, and I was going to say, with the delay passage, we get that lovely folk idea. So many different styles in this. I mean, ultimately it's jazz with a bit of blues in there. I love the little subtle nods to classical that we got in there as well. That was cool. And then we get this folk tune in the middle. I don't know if that's a legit folk tune or something that was written for the piece. Not sure. Let me know below if you know the answer to that. But it definitely sounded very folky and was just brought in this different flavour musically. And then at the end, of course, it goes back to the main theme and just kind of chills out again. And yeah, just really, really interesting. And I can't imagine, even for me now, hearing this, like I say, it's got a slightly different sound that I don't know if I've heard before, actually. And I'm finding it really exciting. And yeah, just I can imagine being in the crowd. Now this video is awesome, isn't it? Showing you the crowd, who, I mean, we could interpret some of their looks as a little bit bored. I don't think they're bored. I think they're just focused. And really able to take in this music, which is not easy to take in and make something of at all. But I think what this shows is their ability to do that at this time. And we've got a big, there's a range of ages in the audience, right down to little babies, but they all get it. They're all taking it in, and that is really quite something to think about in 2025, when our music industry is, shall we say, somewhat different. That's interesting. Their focus and their ability to listen and take it in. I mean, they're clearly not bored, but the reaction at the end is fantastic, isn't it? And I think they're very polite and very interested. And as I would be hearing this wonderful sound for the first time, the other thing that I wanted to say was that this is, of course, 1967, and very interesting that Jethro Tull were formed 1968. So I can completely, see where Ian Anderson kind of got some more of his influences from. And yeah, I can't believe I've never heard this before. So thank you very much to Big Duck for suggesting this, because it seems to me like quite a monumental moment in flute history, that quite something. And yeah, it's really important to remember, and how interesting to see this crowd at this festival as well. So thank you very much for sending that in. Definitely Flutifull. I very much enjoyed that performance, and I hope you guys did too. Let me know what you thought of it down below. And indeed, if you have any more tracks you would like to see me react to that contain flutes or flute-related instruments, check out the pinned comment, and I'd love to add your suggestion to the list. I also hope you'll be able to check out the rest of my channel, and perhaps even come along and join us live for some live music, friendly chat, fascinating facts as well every Sunday. Just check out my channel page for details. So without further ado, thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. And make sure, of course, you stay flutifull. Thanks folks, bye for now.